What is up, guys? Today we are going to be breaking down why nutrition coaching hasn't worked for you in the past. If you don't know me, my name is Liv Wilson. I own Better Version Nutrition. We help busy professionals that do CrossFit 3 to 5 days a week stop tracking macros, stop counting every single calorie that you eat to see results, aka losing body fat and making sure that they are improving their performance, gaining muscle mass. And so today we're going to break down why has traditional nutrition coaching not worked for you in the past, or maybe not worked in the long run. Maybe it worked for a little bit and now we're kind of back at square one where we started because whatever plan you got or whoever you worked with just didn't make it super sustainable for you. So without further ado, let's break it down. Typical or traditional nutrition coaching kind of goes like this. Hey, Sarah, welcome on. Okay, I got this information about you. I put it into a little macro calculator, and then I tell you, hey, these are the numbers that I want you to hit. Make sure you weigh, measure, and track every single thing for the next 3 months, and I'll email you in a month to see how things are going, right? Doesn't sound like a super fun experience. And I'm not saying it doesn't work, by the way. I'm not saying that that method or strategy doesn't work for some people. Maybe it does, but for me, what I experience, and like I have been on the other side of that, right? Like years and years ago, like being a client of someone that, said that to me, or that was their whole plan. And I was kind of like disappointed because I was like, well, number one, I could have just done that myself, right? And if you're not going to keep me accountable to the plan, you're not going to actually coach me through it, and I didn't learn anything from it. It wasn't super sustainable for me. And because of that, because I didn't actually learn a whole lot, I just kind of like followed and weighed and measured and made sure I just kind of like hit this pass or fail mark. It wasn't very sustainable for me, and I didn't see long lasting results because I didn't actually learn from that. Right? There's not a whole lot of coaching and learning going on in traditional nutrition coaching that I've been a part of or that I've seen. And so when it comes to actual nutrition coaching, it's just that, right? It's actually coaching someone so that they learn how to do it by themselves. And not only that, but learn how to do it by themselves in a sustainable way. And so what we're going to break down here behind me, this fun little diagram, is what nutrition coaches should be taking their clients through, or this like journey that they're going to have together, what they should be taking them through, instead of just spitting some numbers at them and saying, hey, try to do this, right? Hit this mark. And if you do, I'll say, awesome, Sarah, keep going. And if you don't, I'll say, dang it, Sarah, try to hit those numbers, right? That's just not coaching, in my opinion. I think that's like a ChatGPT level of coaching, or that's just very basic, very dry, and there's not a whole lot of learning going on there, at least from my perspective. So I'm gonna walk you through why I think most, not only nutrition coaching, but just coaching in general is not super sustainable, because most coaches won't go through this with their clients, what I'm about to show you. They won't actually take the time to go through it. They'll just kind of spit some info at them or spit some macros at them and say, hey, hit these, right? And that's really the extent of it. And so this little diagram is what most coaches won't go through, and what we go through every single client. So at the top here, right, or at the bottom, I guess, where you are right now, you are at uninformed, I'm not gonna spell everything out, but uninformed optimism, right? You're not really sure what you need to do, but you know you need to change something with your nutrition. You're just like, I don't know what it is, Liv. I don't know what I need to do. I know something needs to change. I've tried tracking macros before, or I tried counting calories before, and I didn't really stick with it because I'm busy. I got a life and a job and kids and dogs and all these things going on. And the last thing I need is a part-time job weighing, measuring, tracking all of my food, right? So I know I need something, but I'm not really sure, but I'm excited because I'm not really sure what is going to happen next as far as coaching goes, but I'm super excited to find out, right? And so then it goes to, so then someone joins, right? So someone joins the coaching program. They're like, hey, Liv, okay, I'm going to sign up. I trust you. Let's do this. So they come on, and Then they go into informed pessimism, where they actually figure out that whenever you come on to a nutrition coaching program that shows you how to do this in a more sustainable way and gives you a program that's not just, hey, hit these numbers and weigh and measure every little thing, but actually gives you a plan that's sustainable, you have to do stuff and you have to now implement that plan, right? Only like to change, you need to change, right? I kind of butchered that expression, but you need to change. That's it. So you need to actually make changes. So you went from uninformed optimism. You're like, Liv, I don't know really what you're talking about, but I know that tracking, weighing, and measuring is just not sustainable for this season of life that I'm in. I'm a busy professional. I got 2 young kids, whatever it might be. And I really need to learn how to do this in a sustainable way that makes me feel like I'm in the driver's seat without needing to, carry around a food scale, right? So you were here. Now you're in and you're like, oh shit, okay, I actually have to do some stuff and make some changes that are not super comfortable, right? They're not comfortable. I have to make some changes from long-lasting habits that I've had. So habits like not going for a walk in the middle of the day, habits like, winging it on the weekends, things that are comfortable and really hard to break, okay? So now you're here and you're like, I'm not so sure. I'm trusting the process, but now that I know that I need to make some changes, I don't know. Then you go to the next stage, which is a very scary name. The Valley of Despair, right here. So in the Valley of Despair, this is where most people quit. Most people are like, this is too hard. I don't know about this. I don't know if I can actually change, right? These habits are too difficult for me to change. You're blame it on everything you can think of. Your job's too stressful. You don't have time. The kids, you're traveling, right? All of these things. And this isn't just for nutrition coaching. This is for, going to the gym consistently and showing up for yourself, right? So this is really for anything. And we go through this whenever we are experiencing any real change, right? Then we go to informed optimism. Okay, so once we've kind of gotten past this where most people quit the Valley of Despair, right? Once we actually get past that and we're still implementing it here, but we want to quit, then things start to get easier, right? Whenever we actually change our habits and push past that, like, oh, this isn't comfortable, this isn't easy, then we actually get to a point where we're like, oh, well, now I've been doing this for 2 months. Now it does feel easy. Now these food choices are feeling a whole lot easier. Now getting up and going out for a walk twice a day, I actually look forward to. Now going to the gym 5 times a week, I actually love. I'm building friendships there. I'm setting PRs there. I'm, kind of getting out all of my stress from the day, from work there, right? So we start to, once we get past this, we start to actually feel so much better. We start to feel so much better and things start to feel easier, right? So informed optimism, this is where things start really getting good, right? And then down here, success, right? So this is where not only things feel easy, but you have this positive feedback loop of, oh, well, I'm going to the gym, that's helping me eat better. Eating better is helping me perform better at the gym. And then things just start to compound and compound and compound. Now all of a sudden, you're liking what you see in the mirror. Your clothes are fitting so much better. You're hitting PRs in the gym. You're building better connections at the gym. Your relationships have gotten deeper. Work feels easier. You have better focus, right? Everything in your life starts to elevate once we get to here, right? But getting to here is the hard part. That's where most people, and again, this is not just applying to nutrition and making changes when it comes to your food. It goes into fitness, it goes into business, right? It goes into relationships. There's just so many things that this applies to. And I think that once we kind of, are aware of this, right? Like aware of like, oh, this is totally normal when I'm making changes and making big changes. It's normal to feel like, oh, this is kind of a lot. It's normal to feel like, oh, I don't know if I can actually implement this. It's normal to feel like, oh, I'm catching myself blaming, wife, kids, work, time, travel, right? Anything I can think of why this isn't gonna work when I've seen it work for so many other people, right? So why not you? And so like one, just being self-aware enough of where we're at in this cycle, and then being able to say, oh, okay, cool. Like I know I'm here, this is next, but this, right? Informed optimism is after that. And it's just pushing through that like, okay, like I know that I'm just in this phase and this is coming up next. And then it's gonna feel so easy once I'm doing this for several months. These changes with my fitness, with my nutrition are gonna be completely second nature, right? It's gonna feel so easy, but I have to get past this point and just being aware of that. And I think that's what why most coaches don't coach this way and go with their clients through this of like, hey, you're here, cool. These are some changes you need to make. Ooh, that's scary. And like feeling that with them and going through this whole thing with them, actually coaching, actually having them learn how to do this and do this once they get here, right? Way back here on their own because they're able to implement and it feels easy. Like that's why a lot of coaches don't go through that. It's a lot easier to just say, hey, here's some stuff, pass or fail, hit these numbers and that's it. Right? That's an easier way to coach, but it's definitely not, in my opinion, the best way to coach, especially if you're trying to get people sustainable results where they feel like, wow, I'm in the driver's seat and I learned so much from you that I can implement this plan that you gave me and the knowledge that you gave me and the lessons that I learned along the way, for a lifetime. Right? Like it's not a quick fix. So anyways, just wanted to share that. I feel like it can be applied in honestly so many places, not just nutrition. So if you want to know what changes like this look like for you specifically to reach your goals, then I did put a link down below where you can book in a call with me. We'll talk about where you're at right now, see if I can actually help, and talk about the investment of the coaching as well, see if you're a good fit from there. I will see you in the next video.